As I told you, the first chapter is The Priceless Gift. And in this prose, there are 4 parts. And in this class, we are going to discuss about the first part of this 4th chapter. Now, I am reading this. So, look at the book and listen to me carefully. I went to a vegetarian restaurant. It was lunchtime. There were people eating and drinking. The restaurant was very crowded. I saw that some of the chairs and tables had been pushed into a corner. I chose the corner table, seated myself, and started skimming through the newspaper. At that moment, I noticed a very young girl looking at me. Her eyes were large and they had a sad expression. As she was going out, she asked the cashier in a low voice, "Is that gentleman an Indian?" "I think so," the cashier replied. The girl looked at me once more and went out. It surprised me. Why? What was the matter? Her interest in me aroused my curiosity in her. When I had finished my lunch, I asked the waiter, "Do you know the girl who was sitting out there?" "No, sir. I noticed she has lunch here on Saturdays. She comes on payday only. Perhaps she does not earn much." I was moved by what he said. The curiosity I felt about the girl persisted. Why had she inquired about me? Who was the mysterious child? I kept thinking of her poverty stricken, sad, anxious figure. Could I help her in any way? The week passed. Saturday came again. I went to the same restaurant. As I entered, I saw her sitting at the same table as before. She was eating. I went up to her and took the chair opposite hers. I wished her a good afternoon, and then by making one brief remark after another, I was able to start a conversation. At last, she asked, "Are you an Indian?" "My brother is in India. He is a soldier. We have not had a letter from him for a long time. My mother is very worried. She is afraid something has happened to him." I learned that her only guardian was her brother. She lived with her old widowed mother, Mrs. Bethy. I understood how she felt. I think she wanted me to see her mother, but she did not have the courage to ask me to accompany her to come to her home. We finished our lunch and got up together. As we walked, I asked, "May I know your name?" "My name is Maggie." We chatted pleasantly and soon reached a bus stand. This gave me the opportunity of asking her where she worked. "Do you usually go this way?" I asked. "No," she answered. "I usually take the village breeze. It is being repaired at the moment." Soon we approached their neighborhood. We had reached a narrow doorway. Maggie took a thin latchkey out of her pocket and opened the door. She entered and said, "Please come in." Together, we descended the stairs to the kitchen. Mother, said Maggie from the doorway, "An Indian gentleman has come to see you." "Where is he?" the old woman asked eagerly. With a smile, I stepped into the kitchen behind Maggie. She introduced us. "How do you do?" I said and held out my hand. "Excuse me, my hands are covered with flour. I am making cakes. People will come to buy them this evening. This is the way we make our living. Lots of trouble. Saturday night, this is time of festivity in poor neighborhoods. All kinds of things are sold on this night. The streets are more crowded than any other day. This is the day when they are able to spend a little from the weekly wages. So, sir, so, my dear students, as we discussed the first part of this beautiful story, interesting story, we learned that there are three characters in the first part. First is the writer, second one is the little girl whose name is Maggie, and the third character is mother of the little girl, and her name is Mrs. Bethy. In this way, in this first part, we got to know that the writer met the little girl in a restaurant, and in the same restaurant they met twice. They had a little conversation with each other, and finally the little girl managed to take the Indian writer, the Indian man who was the writer of the story. They both went to Maggie's house, where the mother of Maggie, whose name is Mrs. Bethy, she was preparing cakes out of flour. And at that time, the writer reached there. Maggie introduced the writer as well as her mother, and her mother was very eager to know, as her older son was working as an army officer in India, and when she got to know that the writer is an Indian, she started asking eagerly about the Indians, and if we discuss it in Odia, then I will try to make it in brief. So, the video may be a little larger. कितना है?